Hi, I want to welcome everybody to a Wednesday evening Ascend Global Services webinar. My name is Jeff Manco. I'm out at Cleveland, Ohio market, and it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker from tonight. I want to give you a little bit of background on Kevin Gantos. Kevin Gantos is a traditional business builder, and he's built businesses of over $650 million in sales in less than 3 years. And in the network marketing industry, Kevin has built organizations of tens of thousands of people all across the world and the United States. A lot of using with what he's going to teach you tonight about the power of one. And without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the president of Ascend Global Services, Mr. Kevin Gantos.
Thank you, Jeff. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great, Kevin.
Fantastic. How's Ohio?
It's awesome.
That's great to hear, my friend. Well, first off, I'm excited to share the information. Stay warm, as I like to say. I can't wait to come out that way. That is for sure. Maybe a little bit warmer weather, but hey, I don't care. I just love getting out there. I mean, the climate might be cold, but the people are warm, and I just want to say thanks again, my friend, for bringing me on to tonight's webinar. The information we're going to share is powerful, and thanks for always being there. I mean it. Thank you, Jeff Manco. All right. Well, I do want to say that we got exciting information, so thank you for being on tonight's webinar. For all the guests, welcome. For all the representatives, welcome. I mean, this training is a game changer, and let me explain why. Because when your brain gets it and you can see the end in mind, because the information that's shared, then enthusiasm kicked in. And right now, I can't tell you enough that we have an incredible opportunity, not only with the company itself, and of course, a lot of you, if you don't know what the company is you're looking at, tonight is a training on how to build a team, but the name of the company, of course, is Ascend Global Services. We literally are in our 13th month. We launched a True Hemp division as well back in May with Sabrina Alt, an incredible individual, great leader, and of course, I couldn't be any more excited about helping people to show them how they can build an organization. In our opportunity right now, we got an incredible group of people that facilitate the growth of the company, and that's along with Mr. John Marks, a dear friend, and more importantly, an incredible individual. Finances thing, we're totally debt-free, and we were kind of thrown together through a mutual friend, but at the end of the day, I couldn't be any more excited about our alliance, and more importantly, the bench strength of the company. We've got a whole host of directors, whether that's Miss Connie Reeves, Miss Natalie Hall is actually going to be doing a training tomorrow. It's pretty much a mandatory call. I want everybody to be on that call tomorrow night. But at the end of the day, it's really, really important that people understand that our goal and objective is to really support the field and make sure that we focus on representatives are number one. And so that's our goal and objective. But, the company overall, if I think about Ms. Connie Reeves on our Ascend SOAR program, our nonprofit, her and I were talking today as well. Mr. Earl Miller, our director of the Bahamas, as a matter of fact, just a little hint there. He broke another pin level, so great, and promoted out 2 regional directors, so you guys can add it up to figure out what I'm talking about. So expect to see that going out in flyers tomorrow. I'm so excited about really what you guys are doing as a team, more importantly for all the guests that are on as well. We got a lot of people getting promoted out. We got a lot of incredible bonus program that's in place, our 90-day bonus program. You hit a pin level, maintain it 2 calendar months, get paid the following month. On top of the minimized enrollments of 50, 60, or 70, you actually start a home-based business for 50, 60, or $70 and literally get a product shipped out to you included in that 50 or 60, a website included, the training and support included. Everything's done. But I will tell you, even if you're just here because you want to market on a retail level, you keep 100% of the commissions. You heard me right. We pay out 100% of the commissions between retail and wholesale. You get to keep it, all of it. And of course, the part we're going to elaborate a little bit on tonight, of course, is building an organization. Keep it very, very simple from the standpoint of understanding what our goal and objective is. When I think about all the leaders that are out there, like Roscoe Thompson, the first person in what we call a national director pin level, and also our director of training, Mr. Kevin Fitzgerald. Actually, Roscoe and I were just on the line together. Probably an hour prior to that, I was on the line with Kevin Fitzgerald, our director of travel. probably about a half hour prior to that. I was on the call with Mr. Earl Miller, and the Miss Connie Reeves, and the family is just an amazing group of people. And but it only happens, I tell you, where the lifestyle comes in. Yes, the tax shelter is great. There's no doubt about it. We did a webinar just a week ago on that. The products are incredible. I mean, the testimonies are through the roof. But, at the end of the day, the thing that really matters, of course, is being able to share the opportunity and doing so, and knowing that they got a real value add to our opportunity. Not only do we market our True Hemp line, we market travel. We got a whole new platform that's coming. I know Maria and I and Kevin were talking about that today, getting those last 3 pages done. That's going to be unveiled. Our travel program's insane. That's going to be amazing. So you can be healthy. We're all about health at the end of the day. So your organization that you're going to build, and I'm going to show you how to build, where you can build a massive organization. Because if you can get this part, it's obviously about apply knowledge. And they say knowledge is power, but that's not actually true. It's apply knowledge is power. It's about implementing what's being shared today. And the best way to implement it is to learn the information. And for people that aren't on tonight's webinar, if you have a team, you want to re-articulate this. All of this stuff is obviously being uploaded into the back office as far as training, resources. We've done everything we possibly can as a company to make sure representatives are first and that you can win. But this is where it starts. And I'm telling you, again, this is probably one of my favorite trainings. And the one following that will be the 90-day blitz. It's basically taking what we're showing here tonight in 12 months, condensing it down to 12 weeks. And that's for people that have more time and more of a commitment, because we know everybody's doing this on top of church, family, and job. We are a company that's about balance, spirituality, family, health, and finance in that order. We don't want people's lives going crazy. Look, this is about a lot of people, 99% of the people are doing this part-time on top of what they're currently doing. So again, we just thank you for the precious time you carved out to be here to listen to this powerful information. Okay. So I put this together because it's very, very relevant for success. And, being able to build organizations of thousands of representatives, Sabrina All, our director of True Hemp, prime example, we were just talking a little bit ago as well, built an organization of 1,000. Roscoe the same way. Marilyn Mondero built an organization, probably the largest one in the company, built an organization over 100,000 distributors in their organization. And of course, Mr. Fitzgerald was 9,000, and the list goes on. And so here we go. So I'm going to go right into this. I want to give you, for the new people or guests around, a little bit of an insight, what it is, what company we're talking about. And of course, now you have that kind of a 30,000 foot kind of overview real quick. But this all works where the rubber meets the road is understanding exponential growth. When you have the ability to build an organization that grows independent of your involvement. Look, when you see the numbers you're going to see here tonight, remember, our compensation plan allows you in the first 4 pin levels to enroll 2, getting 2, getting 2, getting 2, right? And you can earn a $100 bonus, another $200 bonus, another $400 bonus, another $800 bonus, providing you're new and you enrolled in the company. You got to do it in the timelines of your first 30. So it's month 1, team leader. Month 2, executive team leader. Month 3, regional director. Month 4, national director. And up to $1,500 of bonuses, maintain that for 2 calendar months thereafter. And you got another way to make money. But here's the whole objective of that. It's a drive to the top 4 pin levels of ambassador, silver ambassador, gold ambassador, platinum ambassador, and all the way up to diamond, which has a lifestyle bonus attached to it of $10,000 you can get paid every month by having that position. Yes, you've done a lot of work, but at this point, money's no object. And now it's all about the money. It's about quality of life. And more importantly, our goal is to make sure everybody's financially healthy, mentally healthy. That's where the travel comes in. Financially, of course, is through the opportunity, and physically healthy as well. And that comes through our product line. And of course, spiritually, being surrounded by the right group of people that understand the right values. So here we go. Ready? So again, family, once again, welcome to tonight's webinar. We're going to go right into the power of one. Let me go. Here we go. If your goal is to enroll a minimum of 1 person a month into your business, now that's one, and teach them to do the same, you're going to see how this unravels. Remember, so you can enroll somebody for as little as $49 or $69. So again, totally almost impossible not to be able to do that with the value add we have to our opportunity, right? So This is what your team would look like at the end of 1 year. So we're going to take you through month 1, 2, 3, all the way through 12 months so you can see exactly how this unfolds, right? So let's pretend January. We know it's February, but pretend you started in January. And your goal was to simply personally enroll one person. One. Okay? There you are. There's you. And then your goal is you enroll one person, right? So including yourself and that person, there are now 2 people in your team, right? Why is that important? Well, because typically if you have an auto ship, let's pick the True Hemp, the gold package, right, which is $59.95 a month, right? $30 of that is commission value, which means $30 falls in level 1. You get 10% of the $30. That's $3, right? If it happens on level 7, that's 20%. That's $6 every month that you're getting. So think about that for a second, right? You might say, well, that's $6. Yeah, but that's fine. But it's money that you're getting because you have a teammate in your organization. But here's where it gets better. Your teammate goes out and has a family member that's shopping for a product. They see it for $90 to $100, and they find out they can get it through you for like $80, and your wholesale cost is $50, right? That's $30 difference. They're keeping $30 of commission, but you're making a percentage of that bottle as well. So now you made another $3 to $6, right? And that person's on an auto ship. And so just between your friend, it's not just the person you enroll, it's also the people they know. But to keep it simple, January, you only enrolled one person. Got it? So now you have 2 people in your team, including yourself. Here we are, we're in the month of February, so now it applies, right? So you personally enroll one more person. So now you personally enrolled 2 people, right? But now your new team member enrolls one person. Guess how many people are in your team? 4. So now there's 4 people in your team, right? Everybody's making retail commissions between wholesale and retail, and you're making a percentage. Let's say you're making $6 per person, right? Because they're selling a bottle a month. I should say sharing a bottle a month. Someone's buying it through their website, wholesale or retail, I should say, which is already competitive pricing beyond what's out there. But you're also getting a commission value of what your team is selling, as we already alluded to. That's $3 to $6, right? So there you have it. Times 2 is $6 to $12. Well, what's 3 times that? Well, your residuals already went up, right? Which is $24 to $48 in residuals. That's what's possible here, right? But this is only February. March comes along. Again, you enroll one more person, right, and teach your team to do the same. So guess what happens? Now you have 8 people in your group. What's happening to your residual income? It's going up. We have people that are coming into the business because you have no idea who's going to come into your business that have yoga facilities. I know on the East Coast and here in California. California is the #1 market right now, and rightly so. And of course, we have Rhode Island's #2, Ohio's #3. We got, it's amazing what's happening. But here's my point. These yoga facilities, I'll take Renette Prunier, a prime example, was introduced to the company through Kevin Fitzgerald, our director of travel out of Rhode Island. And Kevin was introduced by Sabrina Alt, and Sabrina was introduced to the company through yours truly, through a dear friend of mine, Franco, which is her uncle. So Sabrina and I known each other for 10 years. We sat down for coffee. But here's why this is all relevant. Renette goes out and decides to buy an order of $1,800, right? And the typical rule of thumb on our tincture products is typically about 50% what we call commission value, right? So what's 50% of 18? It's $900. Well, if that happens on Sabrina Alt, which it did, on her 7th level at 20%, she doesn't even know, Renette, what is that? It's an extra $180 added to your residual that month because we pay out every month on the Friday following the 15th, and sometimes, obviously, that's what we do every month. So we don't hold on to the residuals every 30 days, every 30 days, every 30 days. So once you start getting your residual, right, the following 30 days, it gets paid out every 30 days, right? So this is so key. But remember, January, February, March, so you personally enrolled 3 people and taught your team to do the same. Look what happens in April. Again, you personally enroll one person. Now, the goal here is to do this for 1 year and you're done, right? You'll see why, okay? Now, add your 17 members, each enroll one person. So now you have 16 people in your group. Well, you do the math, right? So that's $5 to $10 depending on what the average is. You know, in some organizations are averaging about $10 per representative of the organization, because some representatives are marketing retail, right? And of course they have their auto ship that's happening every month, and they're keeping their auto ship because they're getting a 500 milligram that's normally retail about $90 for $60, which is great value and incredible product. You know, that's the retention there, right? So here we have 16 people now in your group. In May, again, what do? You enroll one person and teach your team to do the same, and now you have 32 people in your team. But here's why this is relevant. At 32 people in your team, right, you've already hit national director. Got it? If we look at the one before that, right there, you hit regional director, because typically it takes 14 people, if you do the math on it, 14 people in your team. If you look at the slide before that, so this is your game plan. In March, right, you would have been an executive team leader. And of course, in February, you would have obviously been what? You would have been a team leader. So let's go through this again. February, you'd be a team leader. In March, based on everybody just doing their part on this, you would be an executive team leader. By April, you would have been a regional director. And by May, you'd be a national. In other words, you have enough people in your group. And here's why this is relevant. In our opportunity, you can enroll somebody, providing you personally enroll them, and sponsor place them anywhere in your organization. You could enroll all 30 people and put in a request to place them in your organization and hit the pin level of national director and made up to $1,500 literally in the 90-day bonus program. Remember, month one was $100, right? Month two, another $200. Month three, another $400. Month five, another $800 for a total of $1,500, right? That's if you step this up just 1 month earlier. 32 people in your group. That's the money here. Plus, every month, you get paid a percentage of all those auto ships that are being paid for, and all the retail sales are going on. You're getting a percentage of that as well. Okay? So look, now you're 6 months into the year, June. Congratulations. Now you have 64 people in your team. So guess what's happening? Now your leaders now you're starting to break leaders, right? This is key, because your next stop is Silver Ambassador, where you have 300 people in your team. And remember, you enroll basically one person, right? And 2 people, 3 people. You enroll 3 people, help those 3 people to do the same, and now you have 30 people in your group, right? But those 30 will lead you to 300. I'm talking from experience, and I know leaders on the line here tonight have lived this example. So very, very relevant. We don't believe hype in our business. We believe in under-promising and over-delivering. And I'll tell you something, that's why this is an amazing training itself. So all you've done so far is enrolled one person a month for either $50, $60, or $70. It's all it costs them to get started, to start a home-based business, right? And taught your team to do the same. So in July, you'd have 128 people on your team already. Now you say, wow, not too bad, right? Well, if you're earning between $5 to $10 based on the example we're using, right? An average auto ship in the company, and someone marketing one bottle to a family member or friend once a month, right? That's between $5 to $10. Do the math on that. Remember, you only enrolled a few people so far, right? And all of a sudden, here we go, August, which is my birthday month, right? You personally enroll one person. Your 127 team members each enroll one person, and now you have 256 people on your team. Do you know what that means? You're 4 away, providing the right places. You can't have more than 100 people in any one leg, right? You can enroll 300 people personally and go Silver Ambassador, right? Not that anybody would do that. Maybe Kevin Fitzgerald, he's already enrolled over 60 people since last May. But prime example here, 300 people, you're Silver Ambassador, right? And there you go, 256 people. So there you are. Now in September, this is what's awesome. In September, now the year isn't done yet, right? Just think about it. We're not even done a year yet. Now you have 500 people in your team. What does that mean? It means you're getting close to the next pin level. And remember, all you did was enroll one person a month and taught your team to do the same. So by October, you have 1,000 people in your group. Congratulations, right? You are now, well, actually you're over, but now you became a gold ambassador. And attached to that, think about it, on top of all the residuals, At Silver Ambassador, you get an extra $1,000 a month. I think, call it a car allowance if you want. Company is car allowance. We don't believe in that. We want you to be able to spend your money. If you want to spend it for your kids' college, you want to spend it to pay down debt, you want to pay a car payment, great. But $1,000 a month on top of your residuals, on top of the bonuses, every month, every month, every month at Silver. At this point, you got $1,500 a month on top of your bonuses, right? So think about it. You're getting paid on 1,000 people. What's $5 to $10 times 1,000 people? Do the math. That's 5 to 10,000 plus your 1,500. You can do the math from here. But watch what happens in the following month. Because of exponential growth, right now you have 1,000 people. It's enroll one person, right? And there you go. You got over 2,000 people in your group. And here's what's so neat about it. So now December comes around, the last month of the year, right? You're 2,000 people. You only enrolled one person that month, and you're done for the year, right? And now you have over 4,096 people in your team. Do you realize at this point, you're literally halfway to diamond, but you hit a pin level, you exceeded hitting a pin level of what we call platinum ambassador. And attached to that is $3,000 a month in lifestyle. So that's more than a car allowance. Would you agree? That typically throughout the United States will cover, for most people, a mortgage payment plus a car note. So how's that? That's just a lifestyle bonus. What happens when you multiply 4,000 times $5 or $3 or $10, right? You can do the math on that. How you doing so far? Well, the least you'd be making is $15,000 based on the example we're using, right? A month. You heard me right. A month. That's $180,000 a year. Again, here's the whole point of this thing. Let's say that you missed this by 90%, like failing an exam by 90%. I know some of you will never admit that, right? But let's pretend that was the case. Or let's look at it another way. Let's say only 1 out of 10 people did this. 1 out of 10 of the people, right, you talked to did this. You'd still have 400 people in your team at the end of a year, right? And what do you think that means to you? Well, guess what? You're a silver ambassador, not bad, because top pin levels typically take a year to 2 years, some cases 5 years. You don't hit diamond with 9,000 people in your team, right, overnight. Remember, you didn't enroll all those people. You helped 3 to get 3 to get 3, and in doing so, now you have 30 people in your team, and those 30 people led you to 300. The 3 led you to the 30, but the 30 led you to 300, and the 300 led you to 3,000. And let me tell you, crazy stuff. Or the 30,000 can lead you to 30,000, like a Marilyn Monroe had over 100,000. Those 30,000 led you to 90,000. I know some of those numbers sound crazy, but obviously it's all about believing, having the faith to know, look, you're doing this part-time on top of church, family, and job. But I want you to walk away tonight, if you missed this by 90%, or better yet, if only 1 out of 10 people did what they said they were going to do, you'd still have a team of 400 people. You'd still be a silver ambassador, and you'd be helping a lot of people. And for a lot of people, the money that you can earn at these upper pin levels, is walk away. Maybe you want to change your career. Maybe you don't want to work where you work anymore, whatever that is. Maybe you just want to pay down all your debt and get ready for retirement. Whatever that is, that's what's beautiful about direct sales. This is beautiful about AGS. So your goal is to do what? To commit to at least 1 new person each month. Watch your business explode. I'm telling you, lead by example. It's no accident. You sit there and you think about Earl just literally just hit another pin level here and broke a couple leaders. And he's our director of the Bahamas over there. And they're basically our number 5 market in the company, right? Out of the world. That's pretty exciting stuff. Watch your business explode. Remember, we only have to do one thing to stay in business. You ready? Enroll 1 new person a month. That's it, family. Keep it simple. Enroll 1 new person a month. That means you enrolled 12 people in a year and taught your team to do the same. And that's how the business grows. It's simple. And with the price point of $50, $60, or $70, that's it to start a home-based business. And included in that 50, 60, or 70 is a product that's worth more actually shipped out to you, right? That the testimonies are crazy the testimonies we're getting as far as what our True Hemp products are doing, our Moringa products are doing, and of course our travel. I mean, we have something in play that we're actually going to be set apart from any other company out there, not only with our platform, but we will teach people how to travel for free. And I know Kevin and I, and along with marketing and all that, we're talking about that today. But Kevin, our director, this is not an experiment. He's been in this space since he was a kid. And let me tell you, 20-some years, he's rocked and roll, actually over 20-some years, been a top producer in the travel industry, been a top producer in the direct sales industry, and we're excited about rolling that out here very, very soon. So the problem with network marketing really is this, okay? Overestimating what can happen in 30 days, right? In other words, you never want to have the wrong expectation. Don't get upset with yourself because you'll have 300 people in your group in 30 days. That's what people do. They toe dip, they give it a try, right? And it didn't work because they're the first person they talk to. We have trainings that will teach you on that, on how to talk to people, right? With social media today, you could just literally drop a question that'll intrigue people to want to respond. You don't enroll them online per se, but you start the relationship online. And then from there, we got people that are enrolling. 90% of the people that are enrolling are people they never even met. And of the people that buy our product, 80% of them convert to a distributor or a teammate within your organizations. And they're on auto ship, which means every month when they pay for their auto ship, you get paid month after month after month after month after month from someone enrolling once. Just powerful. So I love about network marketing. But here's another thing. Underestimating what can happen in 2 to 3 years. I showed you what could happen in a year, in 12 months, providing everything duplicated as shown. But I also showed you and told you at the end of that example, 4,096 people in your team, that if only 10% did that, right, you'd still have over 400 people in your team. You'd still be a silver ambassador. And this year is about breaking out ambassadors in our company. What would happen in 2 years? If you had 4,000 people in a perfect world in your first year, right, what would happen when you add another 12 months of growth to that? What happens when you add another 12 months of growth to that? You talk to any builder, myself including, I've been in this space since December 18th, 1995, right? The reality is that when you get a taste and you want to see something exponential grow, and it grows independent of your involvement, it's amazing. But the real key is give it time for it to work. You give it the 2 to 3 years. That's what this is. It's a commitment, right? But it's not bad because along the way, you got all the tax advantages of saving money, right? Getting more back. We got people that have gotten thousands of dollars back because they had a home-based business, right? More important, we got people getting healthy because of our product and being able to afford to pay for it because we're priced incredibly well in their space. There's companies out there where they're charging, in some cases, 2 to 3 times more than we are for the exact, well, not even the same product. Our product's actually a full spectrum on our True Hemp line, right? We have products that are 0 THC or 0.3 because we want to be able to market a product to first responders, school teachers, so they can pass their drug test, right? The Moringa product, Mr. Marks and myself, we tried out when it first came out. It was our first product we brought to the market. Dropped weight, energy level through the roof. I mean, amazing. And, of course, the travel, what can I say? My wife and I, through our weekly stays through our travel portal, literally, Puerto Penasco, we stayed at the Mayan Palace Resort literally for a week, right? You ready for this? All 7 days and 6 nights. We're talking a condo suite on the water, multiple restaurants, multiple pools, entertainment, all of that for less than $200 for the whole week. You heard me right. That's not a mistake. Now, that's not every week, right? You got to find the deals, but we have that available. We got cruises where people, Kevin's going to put together a program, Fitzgerald's going to put together a program to teach people literally how to make commissions and, more importantly, how to be able to go out there and market travel in a way where you don't have to be the travel agent per se, just refer people. And in doing so, through groups, get your could you imagine going to places you never thought you could afford because of our program we're going to roll out here? So, I mean, all these things are in place. So, again, there's always 3 things to remember. This is very important. Surround yourself with successful people. That is the key. If you surround yourself with 5 people that are broke, guess what? You're going to be broke. If you surround, and I'm talking about spiritually broke, mentally broke, attitude broke, whatever it is, But if you surround yourself with people that have a good attitude, that, take things on like water off a duck's back, as they like to say, keep it moving forward, you're going to have success, because if you're around successful people, it's inevitable you'll have success. What's success? About having balance, spirituality, family, health, and finance in your life, to where money's not an issue. You're able to give back to the communities. Our goal is to have 10 presidential diamonds in the next couple of years with 100,000 active distributors. And we're going to take $10 a month per distributor. That's $1 million a month, and fund ministry worldwide with it. That's our goal and objective. That's what you want to be surrounded by. Become the person you'd like to attract. Look, if you're looking at your organization, you don't like what you see, you got to look in the mirror. It's okay. I had to do the same thing. We do a checkup from the neck up. Obviously leaders are readers. And so you want to obviously make sure you're constantly evolving as an individual, learning and training and all of that. It's not the company's responsibility for you to evolve as a better person. The better person you become, the better the people you attract. It's just the way it is. Like attracts like. It's just the way it is. So become the person you like to attract. And here's key: be consistent with money-making time. What is money-making time? That's things that generate money. That's either marketing a product, right? Making sure a family member gets the product, try it, they like it, right? That's money-making time. The other way is putting people in your team. That's the bottom line. So remember, it all starts with what? The power of one, and that one is you. So family, thank you for being on tonight's webinar. Hopefully this makes sense. Apply the principles. Remember, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power, and that's how you get to the next level. Look, I cannot believe all the national directors have been promoted out, the regional directors. I remember we promoted on our first team leader a year ago, and that was Mr. Ted Smith out of Ohio, an incredible individual. And then he went from there, he just went through the ranks, and the Tyrus Kenny went regional director, and the Christina Turner went regional director, and then all of a sudden he went national director, and now here we are. I mean, it never stops. And guys, I couldn't be more proud of you. If you're guests on the line, get back to the person that invited you on tonight's webinar. Apply the principles here. Let's win in 2019. Let's make sure it's a better life than it was last year, right? And if you just take one day at a time, you'll be 365 times better by the end of the year, right? So with that, this does conclude tonight's webinar. Take care. God bless. This is Kevin Gansels, president of AGS, signing off. Bye-bye now.